In your groups, you will look at the sheet that we gave you and you will try to pull out the main characteristics of that taxonomy. You are going to list them on chart paper. So each group will have chart paper and a marker. After we are done, once you have listed all your characteristics, each group will present. While you are presenting, please take a look at this chart that I gave you. You guys will be taking notes.
Three characteristics of blooms are your three levels. Your lower level questions are recalling facts and explaining ideas. Now we know with our students who need a lot of remedial or reteaching, or sometimes they don't have a baseline for anything, this is where we start. The middle level questions are using information and drawing connections. So the other group give us a great example of compare and contrast and using your prior knowledge. And again, it's sometimes important to do pre-assessments with our students to find out what they know, because a lot of times we think they know it and they don't really have those skill sets. And then the higher level, this has you justify a stand or decision or produce a new or original work. So this is when you have, hopefully, the timing is right for your observations, when the students have to actually create something. So it does require all the levels, and again, the key is for them to use their creativity outside of just the,
more of a holistic presentation to how knowledge is organized. At the core of it, if you look at there's a square in the center with three words. Describe, explain, and interpret. And according to Webb's DOK, it says that those words, depending on the task that's associated with them, can exist at other levels of the organizer. So there's a progression is not only to expand knowledge, but also to go deeper into specific content. And then regardless of the specific area in your scope and sequence, you can ask questions on all levels. So what we were getting at with this was, I'll use the social studies example of the Columbian Exchange. A lot happened after Columbus brought ideas and diseases from Europe to the Americas and from the Americas to Europe. If you're just focused on the voyage in lesson 1, you can actually get to some higher order questioning that is just about the voyage and not about the impact of the voyage. Even though eventually after, in your sequence of lesson 3, you'll get to maybe that awesome question that was on the board, comparing and contrasting it, but you can still have some of these higher order thinking skills even on a very tightly focused lesson.
All right, ladies.
So we had Costas, and so one of the characteristics of the course, they have 3 levels. It ranges from the lowest, which is at the bottom, to the highest at the top. And the lower level is basically the gathering level, and students can get the information straight from the book. It's the book in the brain. They're listening to something, they can recall something. The second level is the processing info section. And then the third level, which is the highest level, is where they actually demonstrate, apply what they know. We also did a comparing Kafka's to Bloom, because we just noticed that. And we saw that Kafka's gathering was like Bloom's knowledge section. And the processing section for Kafka's was like Bloom's analyze. And the application section, which is the third level, was similar to the Bloom's level of evaluate.